Welcome to Deep Dive Daily.
Andy, congratulations. Good morning and congratulations to the Florida Panthers.
To the United States of America.
United States of America.
What does this make? 30?
Straight?
No, this is over 30.
30?
It was 1993.
Yeah.
The
Right.
Montreal Canadiens.
Oh my
so
goodness.
we're talking like 32 straight.
Ooh. Back to back.
Yeah, lots of backs, guys.
Back. Stanley Cup winners, the United States. Florida Panthers, though. They were amazing. Boy. They put their skate right on their throats in games 5 and 6 and said,
You know what's funny? You were doing this just to be a dick, and you were talking your book. No. I haven't said what you were doing to be a dick.
Oh.
You were not so much
wish casting,
but like your McDavid stuff when you were, because you had your Draisaitl tickets, and you're like, boy, McDavid didn't even show up, and you were just tongue in cheek being a big dick. But
he
games 5 and 6,
yeah, was he there?
Apparently you maybe spoke it to existence. He didn't have a great game the last couple of games at all.
You're right. But at the same time, that maybe proves the MVP argument in his favor in an absence, right?
Yes. When he's not playing up to par, that team is terrible.
Yeah.
I don't follow hockey, but a bunch of people, I've seen a bunch of posts that are like, oh, enjoy his last game in an Oilers unit. Is he like up for contract? Is he
LA
moving?
Kings? Bringing hockey to LA?
I was going to say the Wild could use a goal scorer. That'd be fun.
Well, he can't score. He's an assist machine.
Yeah, he's an assist merchant. I mean, everybody can use apples. I would feel like there's probably 30. Well, how many teams are there? I was going to say 31 teams that could use them.
Let's say 31.
Like 29. How many teams? I think there's only 30.
Well, we just added. There's 4 equal divisions, aren't there?
We added the Kraken,
Utah Mammoth, and the Seattle.
Oh, we just added the Mammoth too. Maybe there's 31 teams.
There were 2 new ads, so let's say 32. I bet you that made 32.
No, because Atlanta's getting a new one too. There's going to be a new Thrashers.
What? Why?
Yeah, Thrashers are coming back.
People were clamoring for Thrashers hockey.
Apparently, I think that's a thing. Oh yeah, they weren't a new team. They were the Coyotes.
Who was?
The Mammoth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was just the Phoenix
moved to Utah. Oh, that wasn't an expansion team? See, I follow hockey very closely. I'm a trusted resource for anything.
I feel dumb for not knowing that, because they made some cool, like that Cubism Coyote logo.
Yeah, it was very
that was cool.
That was very Picasso inspired. Absolutely. Cubism is. I hadn't heard anyone else refer to it that way, but I knew exactly what we were talking about.
Yeah, you can see it when you describe it that way. They did like some mock-ups of the Utah stuff in that style, as like, this is your throwback jersey. And like that's actually kind of cool. Because like they had
Cubism Mammoth would be sick.
Yeah, they had good logos, they had good color schemes, just no support from the community and a bad ownership group, apparently.
In Phoenix?
Yeah. I guess
I would have thought they would love the nice air conditioned, nice cool place to go hang out in the desert, but what do I know?
So I've been to a Diamondbacks game, and it was July, maybe. It was one of the hot months. And it was 110, 115 out in the afternoon, And we drove into town. We were staying like 40 minutes from town to get to the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I was pumped because it's like, oh man, it's gonna be so nice to get in there and it's air conditioned. It's still like 88 degrees. It's not that much. It's cooler, but it's very. I imagine it's very hard to get it down to like 70 in there. It was still kind of fucking hot. I'm cold blooded.
Well, I could tell you this: they support the shit out of the Golden Knights in Las Vegas, which is a much smaller city than Phoenix.
Is that?
And a much more transient city than Phoenix. So I'm not exactly sure why there wouldn't be.
I was going to say, had someone looked into that? Because I felt like that was a thing when they got their team, Drew. People were like, is this a city that is going to support a team? Because you said it's transient, it's
Small.
It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's smaller. It's a small market, and it's not. It's not somebody who's had teams before, and then they come back and they're like the best fans.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I wonder how much of that is like they were good immediately, like they just lucked up
yeah.
a good year right away. If they'd have stuck that for 5 years to start, you wonder if it'd have been a little different.
Is Phoenix just a bad sports city? They're chasing Kevin Durant out of town now. The Valley.
People don't want to go to sports; they want to golf.
You know what? The fans showed up in force for the Waste Management Open. That's for sure. So yeah, they care about golf apparently. Phoenix, bad sports town besides golf. We've decided. All right. Great.
Where do you think Durant ends up at? That's a fun
topic.
topic.
Minnesota. I've been hearing Minnesota.
That deal seems really good.
Clearly the best. The other deals sound terrible. Every other deal that's been floated has been hilariously bad. The Miami one is the worst, also by far, by the way. And I can't imagine why they would take that one.
I thought about it. I'm like, Gobert's old though, and then I'm like, Durant's old. Like, why would either team do this?
Well, that's a fair question. I mean, the Timberwolves do it because I don't think they can look their fans, their Andes in the face and say, we have championship aspirations this year. I mean, can you? You just got your absolute teeth kicked in by the title, by the presumptive.
No, you beat him by 40. You beat him by 40. That's the only game I remember. You have to do something.
You have to do something, or else everybody's looking at you like, and also you have a bunch of moving pieces that, like, what the hell do you do with Randall and Nas? There's a lot of uncertainty there.
Have you punched it into your thing? Taking that big of a step back on defense, but gaining a Kevin Durant type scorer?
It's pretty neutral as far as rating goes, but it flips your
ceiling higher.
Your ceiling, right? And honestly, like, your defense wasn't winning you anything against OKC.
Yeah, that's true.
Gobert is a floor raiser, right? Like, he puts Phoenix kind of in the mix for a play-in spot if he's on your team, but he's not a ceiling raiser. He's a ceiling inhibitor. If anything, if we learn anything about Rudy, he can win you a shit ton of regular season games, but your playoff aspirations are capped, hard capped. Second apron, Dandy. All right.
It'd be a coup for A-Rod. It would be good. Katie, not that the Timberwolves don't have very good fans. I mean, that Target Center's full, but good for A-Rod if he could pull this one off. I think it'd be a good pump up season.
This is the thing I don't really understand is it's very clear Showtime is correct. KD is trying hard to kill the Minnesota deal for reasons unknown. I can't even tell you why. I think he probably just doesn't want a long-term.
Doesn't want to live in goddamn Eden Prairie.
Yeah, he doesn't want a long-term deal in a very cold part of the world. Considering this is clearly his last deal. But at the same time, like, we're going to find out pretty quick what being the 20th best player in the NBA at age 37, like, how much power do you really have about where you play? Because I don't know that his opinion matters a ton, considering the state of the Suns franchise and what they have so few assets. This is it. Like, this is it for getting anything back to build anything. Like, they don't have their own assets. They are so strapped right now. So they absolutely need something on the way back that gets them into a competitive landscape for the future. And I don't know. I can't believe it's not going to ultimately be the deals that have been floated for the Timberwolves. And yeah, I mean, does it make me want to bet the Timberwolves win the West? No. I don't think anyone's beating the Thunder, probably the next 3 years, unless SGA gets hurt, which, by the way, he has played a lot of basketball and is looking a little bit worn down. So kind of fascinated to see if there is a little bit of a lull for the Thunder to start next season with everybody being a little tie. But certainly,
the off season, if you make it to the finals, the off season is like what? 2.5
couple
months.
weeks.
Yeah.
NBA Summer League is literally 3 weeks away.
Yeah. Star, and obviously stars don't play Summer League. You're not going to go.
No, but
still, like,
the
the
machine,
bench guys
the machine
they're turning right in. And
the machine
it's
goes.
preseason in October, and holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll be interesting if we get KD. Yes, Nafisa Collier.
Yeah,
she exited. They
you.
still won.
Yeah, well, they won and covered the monster adjusted closing number without her. Very weird game in the dub last night. Two solid winners for the deep dive WNBA handicapping team. We were easily on the correct side with the Atlanta Dream and got lucky with the Lynx. But I have to tell you the amount of information available on player injuries for WNBA is real lean. If you have any type of plug that can get you kind of good information on WNBA player availability, my God, do you have an edge on the market? Because I am shocked at kind of it shouldn't be this hard to figure out what's going on. This is the second time with the back for Feast this year. So if you haven't already bet some Caitlin Clark, I would get some.
One, I guess for your bet and for anything else and for my links, I hope she's fine. I hope it was just precautionary and she's back in the next game or two. But secondarily, the Commissioner's Cup final is now set, and it's Lynx Fever.
Yeah.
You don't want that game to be feastless.
You don't want it to be feastless. And it also, did you know it doesn't count?
It doesn't count as a game. No, it's not part of your record. It's just a...
I don't understand.
It's
the
funny,
NBA
too.
Commissioner's Cup, which is now the Emirates Cup or whatever, that did count. Anyway,
it's in a couple weeks. So the Commissioner's Cup is over as far as who's going to get into it. But the championship happens like 2 weeks from now, which is okay. I think maybe they just needed to leave space in the schedule, or I don't know how it's going to work. And secondly, if you're a Caitlin Clark lover, you know that there's plenty of Caitlin Clark haters for reasons unknown. I don't understand why people. I mean, weird. I hate her because she just has such a bad haircut. I enjoy her game, hate her haircut. She's got to do something. You can't. She has no volume to that hair. She's just gonna let it lie limp and go middle of the back length. You got to do something fun with your hair. If I was a star, I would have fun hair. I'm just saying. That's my one dig on her.
I am struggling to think of what options she even has.
I mean, she's got to see a professional.
Her hair game.
Her game is electric.
Game just isn't there, man.
Back to her though. The hater, like if she beats the Lynx in the Commissioner's Cup and there's no Nafisa, that just sucks for her and everybody. Because then that's she beat the Lynx without their best player. Classic.
Incredible.
Yeah, my contribution to the race war. But, thanks, Aussie. Yeah, it's crazy how many people are just like losing their mind arguing about like WNBA stuff. I didn't think anybody cared about the league, and now I guess we had to make it into something angry. There was scuffling and fighting last night. That's actually good for the league, I think. They might want to not go full. It might have to go full hockey, like where you just circle and let them duke it out for a few minutes. But yeah, I think we should pump the brakes on stopping fights in the WNBA. Let them take a few swings first. It's good for everything. It's a rising
not really. Tide. The swings aren't really
fights. Fights are awesome.
I know, but it's
what?
I don't know. It's girl fighting. They're not really.
I know. I was just gonna let you. I was gonna give you enough rope to say something bad about women's fighting.
There is one WNBA game on tonight. In the spirit of betting show, let's talk about tonight and tomorrow for WNBA because we're probably not going to hit the WNBA tomorrow. Tonight we have the Phoenix, Connecticut head-to-head. The battle for the name Sun. Right Connecticut now. Sun against the Phoenix Not Suns. the Phoenix
the Lady
Mercury.
Celtics.
The Lady Celtics versus the Lady Suns. That's right. The Phoenix Mercury are a top 6 team by my numbers. I have them about a +1.5, neutral. The Connecticut Sun are the worst team in the WNBA in many years.
Yeah,
they are very, very bad. I don't know, like my rating for them is so low. I can only assume there will be some positive regression. In the same way that my rating for the Libs was so high, I kind of knew there was going to be some negative regression, right? Like at some point, like gravity just forces you into, at least sort of historical territory, and they were outside of it. It just based looking at net rating and strength of schedule and all that shit. So it's worth noting that the Connecticut Sun have played an extremely tough schedule, and they have been extremely poor. Their net rating right now is a -22. -22. That seems impossible. That's like a Division II team playing against Division I teams.
That's what I'm saying. Like this probably goes up past 15
season.
today. This isn't getting bet the other way, I don't think.
No, but and honestly, like I
lay it.
I kind of don't hate it on like laying it because again, like like the Sun the Mercury are not they're not bad. They're like a +2. So yeah, I mean this is telling you that the fair rating for the Connecticut Sun is about a -15, which is not crazy for me. At least that's what my numbers say.
Yeah.
It ought to be.
They're just so poorly set up to come back. They make like 28% of their 3-pointers.
That's bad.
They don't force turnovers.
Their true shooting is under 500, which is very, very poor.
Very low in the steals, very low in everything defensive, like blocks, steals, anything you want to look at that drives defensive rating. Like it's low for a reason. The worst, maybe not worst. Actually, you know what? The Liberty have been a little rough with this. One of the worst offensive rebounding teams too. Like they don't get extra possessions, and then they don't score, and they can't make threes to try to catch up. It's just the two lines do this a lot, where it's like, oh, we're losing, and we're losing by more and more and more and more. And when you play a good team, it's kind of what's going to happen. I feel like they lose by 25.
Somehow they've won 2 games. I don't know how. Their offensive rating 93 would be historically low. Their defensive rating 115 would be historically poor. So, this is crazy.
In their 2 wins, they shot 37% from deep. Like it was outlier 3-point percentage shooting. Actually, in their 9 losses, they're shooting 26.7% from deep.
I think their defense is worse.
I think I could do that.
That has ever existed in the WNBA. I don't think there's ever been an offense with a 115. There's been some close calls, like the Aces 2 years ago when they were world beaters. They were like 114-ish. Yeah. I believe that was the high water mark, but I don't really remember because I'm not a historian. Sorry. All right. Well, yeah, Sun historically bad. They should eventually come up for air, I would guess. But not going to be this game, I don't think. All right.
You want to guess their record on one day's rest?
It's undefeated.
Undefeated 6 times. Okay. They've played. They have averaged 65 points in those 6 games.
Oh, goodness.
That's pretty low.
Let's talk about tomorrow, where we don't have lines yet for Phoenix, New York, or for Indiana, Golden State. So Phoenix is turning around on a back-to-back and going from Connecticut to New York. Long trip from Mohegan Sun down to the city. And
from one casino to another.
Libs are in a little bit of a tough spot right now as far as the rating goes, because their schedule was so phenomenally easy to start the year that it's kind of an exercise in trying to just parse how to correctly adjust for strength of schedule for them. Their net rating of +18 is fueled by ease of opponent in a lot of ways. And so their simple rating system number is kind of in like the +13 range. My player adjusted number is closer to +9 for them. My number for the Mercury, I said, was +1, but they're on a back-to-back and they're on the road. So that's probably going to be more like a -2-ish expectation. So I'm guessing that number is going to be around Libs -11. And it's going to be very tempting not to take the Mercury in that spot. The other contest, the Fever, Andy's Fever, and Caitlin Clark and her terrible haircut go to Golden State. I can't believe you went to the hair for Caitlin Clark. I just did not see that coming.
I'm trying to find something not to like about her. And that's the only thing I have.
Caitlin Clark is she's good for she is the rising tide that raises all boats, and she is good in every way. Indiana at Golden State, expecting a number around 6.5 for the Fever there. Anything shorter than 6.5 is a bet on the Fever. Anything longer, consider the Valkyries. The Valkyries, who are an expansion team, have been quietly fine. I have them as a -1 right now. So
I disagree. I think it opens 8.
really, are you looking at an open number?
No, that's what I have.
You think there's going to be a Caitlin Clark tax?
Back of the envelope. Yes, there's always
a Caitlin Clark is
tax.
back tax. Dude,
Yeah.
For them to be -8 on the road is a big number against that. It basically says the Valkyries stink, and they've been fine.
I think the Valkyrie do kind of stink.
Oh, okay. All right.
They've won some games, but
Fair enough.
I'm putting it 7.5. I'm readjusting.
Some quick
We'll
tennis
see.
commentary. I got no other WNBA thoughts. Jack Draper's in a little bit of a scuffle against Alexei Popyrin. That's a surprise. Mensik losing in London was a surprise. Fritz losing yesterday was an absolute shocker. I could not believe he bungled a match point and then ended up losing to Courtine Moutet. Fucking awful performance from him. You know who was not awful today, Andy? Ons Jabeur is back. After one of the most poor starts that I can remember for her in the last 5 years to the season, where she went to Berlin, Andy, on grass, where she is typically a top 10 player. And her ranking had slid so far that she had to qualify for this tournament. She had to play qualifying.
Sometimes that helps. Get a few matches under your belt.
You know what? It
Get
didn't
some
help,
confidence.
Andy, because she lost in qualifying. She did not qualify,
yeah.
but she got in as a lucky loser, and now she has won 2, including defeating Jasmine Paolini.
So it did help. It did help.
Finalist.
That qualifying match helped because when you get in as a lucky, anyone who doesn't know what a lucky loser is means
What a
you
turnaround.
failed to qualify.
I will
but you
completely
stayed around and
I will
you got in anyway.
I will admit I saw her win. I saw some clips and the result of her first Berlin match where she won, and I was like, what's her Wimbledon price? Like, 40-1. Maybe this is the year. And I literally had a hovering click, and I was like, I just better check her recent results. And I was just like, oh my God, it's been bad. I had no idea how bad it was. I just completely lost track of it because I don't really pay attention until grass season for her numbers. And so then I didn't click it. And now I feel like maybe I made a mistake. Maybe the price is going to be gone. And if Ons Jabeur wins Wimbledon in my lifetime and I don't have a bet on it, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah, that's just a tax you're paying for the next 10 years.
So we shall see. Birdie says Phoenix is 8-2 last 10 versus Connecticut. Their last 4 wins have been by 19 points or more. And he thinks 16 down seems fair with significant edge. Okay. Good deal, Birdie.
25-point win.
All eyes on Ons. Go ahead.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, what do you got?
Boston. The Travelers. It's like Duncan. It's not that good, but people in Boston sure love it. It is your only stop in that part of the country. It's an okay tournament.
It's like Ben Affleck and Dunkin' Donuts. Not that good, but people there love it.
I will not listen to Ben Affleck slander.
What was the best? What is the best thing that Ben Affleck has done in the 21st century, Andy?
Reindeer games.
That's a terrible answer. I don't even know if that's true.
That might be pre-2000.
It might be.
I liked reindeer game. All right, before we get to golf,
I will allow positive spin for Argo. That is it.
The Accountant was good.
What? Did you see the part where he starts using the marker on the freaking window? And what the hell was that?
Are you going to be?
That was one of the
just going to be ableist now.
In any,
we're making fun of the guy with the Asperger's.
The town was good. Alex is
correct. The town was excellent. The town was like 2019. Gone Girl was fine. Argo was good. Obviously, Goodwill Hunting doesn't count because that was in the 90s.
You could have replaced him in Gone Girl, and because that was a David Fincher movie, and because Rosamund Pike was the star, that was going to be amazing regardless.
I know, but I'm saying he was
Contribution.
good in Argo. I thought he was really good in Argo. I'm looking to see if I can think of anything else.
I can't believe you're a Boston defender there. My God.
I just liked him in he was good in his early stuff.
Did you like him in the redux of being of the Benifer? When I'm
trying to think of the thing he recently did. Honestly, all I can think of him is in that jumpsuit. So here's the thing. The jumpsuit, the Duncan jumpsuit from the commercial. I know someone I work with that goes to a corporate Duncan golf thing. Said multiple people wear that jumpsuit to the golf tournament. It's like a fun scramble. Because someone, you should wear that. He's like, I would not be the first person. Like that's commitment to the bit. He was better in the 90s. Obviously, Sum of All Fears, Pearl Harbor he was good in, even though that was an hour too long. Reindeer Games was 2000. That counts. That was a banger. Boiler Room was 2000. That counts. Chasing Amy counts. That's a banger.
That one missed me.
I didn't mind it. Armageddon, if you need a popcorn flick, that's good. But again, 98. Mallrats. He was a bad guy in Mallrats.
That was old though. That's
old.
That was a great one. No.
School Ties.
The 21st century has been a rough hang. I'm gonna go through some of the greatest hits here. Pearl Harbor, Sum of All Fears, disaster. Daredevil, disaster. Geely, one of the worst movies ever made. Paycheck, Jersey Girl. Holy shit, these are bad movies. Smoking Aces.
Clerks 2.
I blew right by Clerks 2. I forget. I refuse to acknowledge that movie existed. Yep. The Town was in 2010. It took him 10 years into the century to make a good movie. Unbelievable. Argo was excellent. And then Gone Girl was a good movie, but not because of his performance. And then he was, I'm going to say, the 5th best Batman. And I'm being generous.
We don't have time to rank Batman. We don't have time to rank Batmans today. The Donkey Show in Clerks 2 is something. We don't have time to rank Batmans. We'll save that for another day.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Fair points on Ben Affleck. He's done some producing. Final point before I get to some Traveler stuff. I watched The Accountant 2 because it was just free on streaming. John Bernthal is like bacon. You can add him to anything, and he's just going to make it like 10% better.
I no disagreement.
He's just.
I'll probably.
I don't think he can carry. I don't think he can carry something. I don't know that I want him carrying a film, but as like a second fiddle buddy, brother.
Oh, I agree.
Other guy, he's electric. He was so good in that. He was very fun.
Agree.
Yeah,
right, Tom says. Be honest, he's last. Apparently, Tom Lyons has not seen Batman and Robin with George Clooney.
George Clooney. He had nipples on his breast.
That was an atrocity. That was
Arnold. Arnold is Mr. Freeze. Jim Carrey. Uma Thurman. It was star-studded, and it's still
Jim Carrey was in the Val Kilmer one. Yeah.
No, was he?
Yeah, that was Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones kind of stole the show from Val Kilmer.
Oh yeah.
I'm
thinking So Chris O'Donnell was the Val Kilmer one.
Chris O'Donnell was Batman and Robin. Yeah, Uma Thurman was Poison Ivy, Mr. Freeze, and George fucking Clooney.
The best one is the Penguin. Batman Returns. My favorite Batman is Batman Returns.
That movie is so bad it's good at this point. I don't think I could sit through it.
Which one had Kiss for a Rose?
That one was 3.
Kilmer. That was Kilmer.
Batman Forever.
Yes. No. Baby! All right.
I think I would take Kilmer Batman over Affleck.
Oh, all right. Boy, we got off track.
It wasn't a good movie, but I would
we got off track. So this course is short. This course is not that easy, though, but it's easy enough for the good guys that are going to play here. Didn't used to be a signature event. Now it is. Now it has good fields.
This is a signature event?
That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't be a signature
Lord.
event, but it does have nasty rough. You do have to be accurate off the tee to play well here. That said, there's enough guys that are accurate enough off the tee with their 3-woods and hit their wedges good enough that the winners have been like 20 under. So if you missed birdies last week, you're going to get your fill. The winner is probably going to be around 20 under because it's been raining for 2 days. So tomorrow's going to play soft. There's going to be some nasty winds Friday, but weekend looks fine. Somebody's going to get to 20 under. All the elites are here. It is a no-cut event. I couldn't bring myself to bet. I should have bet in the no Scotty numbers, I guess, but I took Burns. So he hasn't done anything wrong for 2 weeks, honestly, other than succumb to a really hard course, 40-ish. I took Sungjae, same kind of thing. I saw some glimpses. I took Akshay Bhatia.
Oh,
this is just Barracuda East, we're calling it.
Oh, okay.
And from Truckee, California. Luke Clanton. Luke Clanton, 137-1. I kind of, he's more of a hitter, big hitter, but I think he can fit in here too because he could club down just fine. Okay. One of the biggest club down courses of the tour calendar, with a lot of guys putting the driver in the bag and bringing out something smaller because it's like 6,800 yards. You're fine. Just hit the fairway, go score, baby.
Okay. Thank you. I would say give it about a week for the NBA to kind of be over and the draft to be kind of winding down. Maybe wait till Summer League and then check out Air if you haven't already seen it. That is one I forgot to mention in the Ben Affleck catalog that I did enjoy it quite a lot. Air was good.
The Way Back?
Don't have an opinion on
that. I think Wilkin, I think you're thinking of Steve Carell.
The Way Back. That one is good.
I like the Way Back.
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, I'm thinking of a different movie.
But Air, of course, is the story of.
I have seen that.
Phil Knight.
That's good.
And company. Yeah, it's a good one.
Yes, Phil Knight.
I really like that.
It's got Affleck.
Yeah, it's got Affleck. It's got
Sonny
Vaccaro. Ben Affleck is Phil Knight. It is all about the
that one's
Michael Jordan to help turn Nike into what it is today.
That one's very good.
It was quite good. I enjoyed that one. So that's a great summer sports movie if you're looking for one. If you're missing the NBA in the middle of July, go for it. For nostalgia, it is well executed. I agree, Alex. I agree. All right, man. Let's call it. Good job. Can't believe we got into that like today.
30 to 32 minute podcast during the doldrums.
we hit Batman ratings. Got it all.
Keaton?
That's how you know it's the off season.
It's Keaton, right?
Michael Keaton's number one. Yeah. Michael Keaton 1, Bale 2. Yeah. And then there's a big gap.
I'm willing to put Pattinson 3. I didn't hate it. I thought he was fine.
3. I would put him 3.
But you're right. There's a gap.